So you guys told me that some of you are tired today. But so far so good there, imagine, right?
Yeah, it's going good.
Awesome. Do you guys have any questions? So far? No questions. Let's talk about the topic of today. And let me just open the agenda.
Professor,
Yes?
the link you send us, like let me see, it's used for what?
Which one? The one for Redux? Yesterday? The link from yesterday? Can you please do?
Yes, the 20 videos. Where is the 30 videos?
You guys want me to send you the link again? Let me just upload it the link on the notebook. I think I haven't uploaded the notebook link for that one. Give me 1 second. Did you guys finish those videos already? No?
No.
Okay. It's very important to
We use how we use that?
so basically for us to be like, we're going to see some example on how to use Redux, but Redux is a toolkit and is for you to be able um, uh, to use multiple. So for example, you will have access to multiple libraries that comes in the toolkit for Redux. Okay, and also it simplifies a lot of your coding when it comes to React. Okay, so
Okay.
we can go over on how to use them. You guys need to install it. And we can go over it. But first, let me go ahead. I hope you guys also go through it as a self-exploration. And let me just go ahead and go to the links for the self-explorations that I have for you. Give me 1 second, please. We need to look for it. Bootcamp. Summer bootcamp. Summer bootcamp. Okay. Today is the day number 10. Let me go ahead and I will have for you guys ready some assignments for next week. So you guys can work on group or you can go work on them individually. Okay? So far, so good. You guys have you guys have had a little bit of basic of Node.js, React, how to use the npm to install, how to start your React app, and so on. Also, how to export modules. But I have given you some information and I have gone through different tutorials and stuff, but I think there is going to be time for me to assign work for you to do individually and work. I want to see projects from you guys. Projects that you are working on them and either individually or either in groups. Okay? Because this is it's not only about following guidance, but also about creating your own creative project. Okay? Do you guys agree with me? Today, I want to introduce you to Express, to create REST APIs, to create what is different APIs, like a REST API, which is going to actually be a little bit different from using React, okay? And it would be great for you to be familiar with other frameworks as well. And this one is the Express.js, okay, which is a module. This Express.js is a module for Node.js. And I want you to go ahead and know about Express, which is not React, but is a different framework that works with Node, and you can create in there REST APIs. And yes, you can create REST APIs without the use of Express, but Express is a powerful tool and it gives you more flexibility. And I want you guys to understand a little bit more of Express. In the meantime, guys, I want you to go ahead and maybe modify your React app. You know, you already know how to write HTML pages, how to make HTML pages, and so on. But now, and also now you know how to build a React app. Okay. Now let's learn about creating a Node server app, but also creating the REST API using Express, okay? And in order for you to do that, I'm going to go ahead and give you some links to do some readings, okay? Let me go ahead first and give me 1 second, please. Okay, and there, and there, and there. I want you to read through here, but before that, let's go over some what is Express and what is the REST API, okay? Let me go ahead and share the screen. So this is about the Express framework for Node.js. You will have to, of course, import the module for Express. So Express is a minimalist web framework. It has functionality to make implementing requests and responses easy while not obscuring the underlying native HTTP functionality. So a little bit of a history of Express. It originated in 2010 and it was as a way to make robust server. So the robust server standing up application routing. So you will be writing routings. So instead of us in React, we were using the router, right, to create the routing. We are going to be using Express to create routes, okay, and make templates rendering easier. In order for you to install Express in your machine, okay, you can do npm install Express. You do this -- save to save it, and in your package, a file of your project. Okay. There are other frameworks which are very similar to Express for other languages. For example, Sinatra for Ruby, Library for PHP, ASP.NET routing for .NET, Django for Python, you know. Also in Python, we have Flask. So usually the routings are of the following forms. You put router, then you put that, then you put method, and which method is it that you want to put. You know, there are different HTTP methods, right? There is going to be get, post, put, or patch, delete, and so on, and the handler. So basically the handler is the function that is holding the logic to handle that request. So you put the function name and you put in here the method, okay? The method path that you have in here, you have the method and then you have the path, the address, okay? So we have what are handlers. Those are functions applied to the given route that take up to 3 parameters: request, response, and next. Next is optional. This is an example of routing using Express. First, you are to create a variable for Express, and you have to import it. So in Node.js, the way that you import a module or a library is using required, okay? Now, then you can create a variable called app, and then you can then call the express. This is how you are going to be creating your application. Now, we have in here, by using this variable app, we are here putting the method, the path, the function, and whatever we want to display. If we want, when we want to run our app, we want to put app.listen, and then you put the port number and a function to say anything that you need to say. For example, app is listening on port 3000. Yes, I will put the link to the slides in the notebook. You're welcome. So, guys, do you remember the status? When you make a request, you are to receive a response. And sometimes you might receive a status 200. The status that are 200, that means that was successfully, like a response successfully. Then a 400, like for example, that will be an invalid request. Or for example, 404 means that the file was not found. Okay? And now, if you get a response within the 500, you will be getting a server error, which is not going to be dealing with your request or your responses. It means that there is an error in your server. So you will have to fix the server, not the front end. You can provide parameters in your routing. Example. For example, in here in the get method, we have this pattern. We have in here this path, and then we have a column and the name. In here, we are providing a parameter name, okay? And this is how you will be getting the parameters by using request the params that name, if the name of the parameter is name. Okay, so let's talk about string params. Params are useful when you want to cast alternate spelling or typos, or want to apply middlewares to many routes. Okay, meaning maybe you have separate routes and you want to go redirected to another route or redirected to another file. So the routes will support wildcards, character repetition, optional characters, and optional group. But because Express relies on a library called path to regex, groups directly after a leading slash do not work. Here, this, for example, this wouldn't work. Here, you have multiple paths, and they can go to the same file or to the same response. Hello, hi, hola. Okay, you are able to have multiple paths in there. So be careful with the route ordering, with the order of your routings, okay? So issuing a call to hello world, we execute the first route it matches in, and in this case, hello and then column name will fulfill the request. So how do you think we can fix this? So one of this way is by changing the order, right? Okay, now there is a little exercise we can think about for you about a little exercise, but for that you will have to install Express. So let's wait a little bit and you guys will be working on this. Pali is asking, am I a teacher at Lehman? If yes,
Yes.
what classes? Why are you
Yes,
asking, Pali? I teach databases right now, and I also teach introduction to yes, right now in the summer I'm teaching introduction to programming methods 1 in Java. In the in the in the spring I was teaching design databases, and in the fall I will be teaching design database design, and in this other spring I will be teaching robotics. I'm teaching yeah, in the other spring I will be teaching robotics. So I'm preparing a nice program for you guys. So if you guys want to learn about robotics, right now register in my class in October. So yes, by the way, if you want to connect to databases, you will connect by using Node.js. So basically, we're going to be we're going to be connecting to databases. We have to use a module, and we are going to be connecting to databases on Monday. We are going to be using ProgressQL. Okay. So basically, I have taught computer information systems, and I did teach in Python. So I taught Python as well. So I'm also going to try and convince my friends, my colleagues, to have a class for Python, object-oriented programming in Python, because I think it's very important that the students also know about Python. The Python is powerful as well. So Pali is asking why now C++. You know that Python is very. I think the Python could be one of the easiest language out there to learn for students, and it will be also one of the most flexible language out there. All right, so I was in here. Where was I? Here. So, okay, so this is how you make queries, string request. Yes. let's go back to these slides. So you put in
Professor, we don't hear you.
What was your question? Hello, you cannot hear me? Hi. Can you hear me?
We can, Professor.
Okay. So Mamadou, you cannot hear me, Mamadou. Maybe Mamadou, the speakers for Mamadou is on mute. Mamadou. Okay. No problem. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the lecture in here for the slides. So basically, when you are to make a query, you are going to put the query and a question mark. And then if you're passing the values, you put foo and then it gets the value of bar, and then you have and bars get the value of cubes. And this is what it gets translated into. Foo gets the value of bar, and bars get the value of qx. Okay?
Professor, like that query is,
Mhm.
you say the query is page, right?
Yes.
Then food then bar, that one will be always if you use query, or what do you mean about it?
So when you are to provide values, parameters for your queries, those are your parameters and for your queries with each
Okay.
value. Yeah, one
Thank
for food, so for food, so key value per, remember, like for food you have bar and for bars you have queues. Okay? So why don't you guys try and do this? Add a route, and you can type it on the chat. This is a little first exercise. Why don't you do add a route to the previous example that returns a friendly greeting for first name and last name queries parameters on the root hello. So the query in here, for example, question mark, food, oh my goodness, what this is, 1 second, there you go. The question mark for query, you have to have a question mark for query, all right? So, and then you put first name equal, and then whatever name you have, and last name. So, but why don't you write it in here? So after hello, you put the query, question mark, and then do it. Why don't you do it now? Put it in the chat. Any answers, guys? Yes, but remember there is no local host. They have the my cool site that come using the previous site. Okay, but well done. No problem. Okay, good. Oh, but first name first, and then, but it's okay. You got names in there. Good. Name, first name, last name first. It's okay. Either way, as long as you have the parameters, corresponding parameters. So middlewares, they add useful functions after the request is received, but before the route is handled. That's what a middleware is. And you are to be making middlewares when you're using Express and Node.js. There is another exercise in here. Create a middleware for the early examples to make a log of incoming request. Include the original route and timestamps. Have a log write to a file called log.txt in your project directory. So for incoming requests, depending on which URL is it that you're getting, the method when the user goes, there are different requests that you can make to the server app, right?
Will you be giving us this PowerPoint?
Yes. Come, I'll give you this
Oh.
link right now, but
Yeah, okay.
later, let me give you the link right now so you guys can go here. This is in the past.
Were we supposed to be like installing it already?
Can
Huh?
you put it on the slide, on the like the note?
On the notebook, yes, I will put it, of course. Now, one thing in here is that Express does not handle parsing internally, okay? And therefore, if you want to parse, you will have to install the body parser. This is how you, this is an exercise for you. You guys can go ahead and so basically the body parser, we use it for the post method. So for example, you have a form in your client, and then your form has this post method, and then you want to grab the data from the form that is sent from the client side to your server app as a request. Then in order for you to do that, you will have to use the body parser. In that way, you will be able to grab the values from the form. Okay? We are going to see it. This is in here, so a little exercise. You guys will be working on it, okay? We have in here the response encoding. So for example, you have in here, and this in here is not, like for example, you have in here the REST and the request. REST for response and request and rec for request, okay? You can go ahead and stringify your response. And as well, you can, if you want to stringify your response, you will have to go ahead and you can do it doing either in these methods like this. You can either call the JSON file, it's the JSON, but when you grab JSON from the as a response, when you get JSON, you have to stringify your JSON to be able to handle it in your Node.js file. Now in here, when you are setting a response, so for example, someone goes to your page, right? The first thing that they're going to see is hello, but and there, if you want to set the data content, you set the content type in there, and then you say hello, and this is what they're going to see on their screen. And so on. All right, guys. This in here, object, is nothing more than just in here, this object in here is a JSON. This in here, hello there. This is a JSON style. This is JSON, as you already know, right? This is how you create JSON. So if you this in here, plain text, it's not going to be so it's not going to be rendered by the HTML browser, okay? It's not going to be rendered by the HTML browser. If you want the response in here, this is missing. If you want your response to be rendered by the HTML browser, you have to put HTML instead of plain in here, like HTML text/HTML. All right, guys. There you see about Express, okay? Now let's talk about REST APIs. We're going to see some examples right now. After we are dealing with the slides for REST APIs, okay? Because with Express, we can create REST APIs, okay? So REST, there are different type of APIs, and one is SOAP and the other one is REST. The REST stands for representational state transfer. The idea behind the REST API is that you have an URL, and this URL shows resources, and usually these resources are in JSON. So you have JSON resources in that URL. That's REST API. That's the basic idea of the REST API. Understood? So you have the RESTful resources on the URL that is like laying down in the URL. Every time you go to that specific URL, you will just see resources of JSON file. It's just like having a bunch of JSON values that will be available for you to grab just by having the URL. Okay, so what does REST stand for? Representational state transfer. Do you got? So it is neither a standard nor a protocol, right? REST is not HTTP, although because of REST is not an HTTP as well. So when you think about REST resources, RESTful resources out there in a URL. So you think about resources, URL, and JSON. So well-defined URIs that represent some kind of resources. Usually get or post. And basically it can be formatted in both JSON or XML, most commonly in JSON. Some of you already know what an API is, but let's just remind you that API stands for Application Programming Interface. It can be, they can be of different types of APIs. One of them is that it can be defined as a set of functions and procedures allowing the creations of applications and so on. And for our purposes today, we're going to think about APIs as that endpoints, URIs, URLs, URIs that provide the ability to interact with, write data, or receive data from a web application. These are the HTTP, some of them, but not all, of the HTTP methods. Get, to receive data from the web application. Post, to update specific data from the web application. Put, to update. Post, to write new data. And delete, to delete data, right? So let's say, for example, we are building a blog and we want to represent users and blogs on our platform. And you can have a route that will serve for the users to see the users, right? Also, you can have another one for the blogs. This link is for the slides. There are different things that you can do. Also, you can specify the user ID on a GET request. You can either update as well in user, update post as well, and so on. All right, guys, time for you to, sorry. where is this one? I want you to go ahead and read this for 1 minute, and then for about modules, okay? And then we are going to go over example on building your Express app, okay? Node.js Express.js app, okay? So we're going to do it after 15 minutes when you read this, okay? About exports and modules exports. Okay, 15 minutes, read through it, and then we are going to go over creating our first app in Express.js, okay? Everybody here? Everybody, yes, okay. So read through this, and then we're going to be building our Express app, okay? Let's continue, and we are going to create a new folder. So we're going to go ahead and create a new folder. And you can call it any name you want to call it. Let me go into my command prompt. You guys go to your terminal. You can go to anywhere that you want to store your files. For me, I will go to documents. Okay. I'm going to create one directory called Node Express projects. Node Express projects. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cd into the Node Express projects. And inside here now, I'm going to initialize a project. So I'm going to do npm init. So I'm going to initialize a Node.js project, creating a package.json. So let's wait. So you can name it any name, the package name. Any description, so you leave it as index.js. You can have a test command, like npm start or something like that. You can have a Git repository in there if you want. You can have some keywords. You can have your authors' names, maybe Janilda. You can have a license, and then you say, yes, this is okay. You don't even have to type up yes, you just press enter. And there you have created your Node.js project. Now we're going to install Express, and it's going to be stored into the
Professor,
package.json. Yes?
what was the command again? Sorry, I forgot always.
This one, npm init, to create the Node.js project. files package.json. So, okay. So basically in here, you can either have index.js or you can have app.js, any name that you guys want to have. But like when it comes to ask for the name for the main file where your app is going to be, you can call it app.js instead of index.js. Okay? Okay, we'll come back and now we want to do the npm install express. And if you want to make sure that it's safe, you can put -- save, but it's automatically going to save. Okay. So do npm I express. And express is being installed. Now that we have this, I'm going to go over into my Visual Studio Code and open the file for my new project. So folder, open folder. And I'm going to go to no express projects. And
Say sorry, name can only contain URL friendly characters. What does that mean?
sorry, what was that you just said?
It says sorry can only contain URL friendly characters. For save
Were you trying to put some URL for
for
what
save
if-
for npm install save express?
oh yes, so basically you're trying to do the -- save for npm for if you wanted to do npm save. I didn't do the save because automatically does the save for me, but did you put the -- save in order to save?
Make a directory first.
Hmm?
Make a directory first.
Sorry, cannot hear what you're saying. Can you say that again?
Make a directory first.
Did you make it? Did you make your folder where you want to save it?
Alright, and now I do npm.
Okay, go ahead and do it. Oh, don't worry. You make the directory by putting the directory make there, right? If I go into the documents, not this document, but my users, YAML documents.
That's what I'm getting right there. Sorry cannot.
I can take a look at what you're doing soon, but give me 1 second, okay? Let me verify that everything has been installed correctly on my thing, okay? Give me 1 second. Documents. No Express. There. That's okay. All right. So, that's fine. Now we can create our you can call it index.js for the file. So you can create it outside in this folder. You can put in there index.js. We can work on this soon. Now, can I see what you're doing, Luis? Give me 1 second. Can you show me what you did?
You didn't go inside your file, your folder.
Oh. Oh, into this folder?
Hey, you don't want to name it node. Please remove that folder right away. Don't name it node, please. Don't want to do that, please.
How
No,
do
no,
I
no.
exit?
Just go to your to your package. I mean, to your Explorer file Explorer on your documents and delete that folder.
How do I exit then?
Exit what? You're still not there.
Let's see. Press C.
Oh, Control C, yeah.
Control C.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming back. You are in documents. No, please, can you remove the word no that you have? Well, okay, just leave it like that for now. Yeah,
Can I use
you can call
Express?
it node projects or a no express, anything you want to call it.
Do I have to? And then I do npm.
Okay. No, 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 no. Don't do install before you set some names. You put name for it. You don't. If you want, you can just leave it as Express project. So you put press enter. Press enter. Enter, 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 enter.
Oh,
Enter, enter. Yes, enter.
okay.
Just try. No, you don't have to type it. Yes, it's okay. Now you do the npm install Express.
So I have to create those files.
Press enter. Share the screen.
Oh,
Yes, it
Prof,
has been installed already.
Professor,
Share the screen. Yeah.
says stop sharing.
if he want, he can do npm install dash y, and he don't need to put anything.
I have to press
At-
enter to all this. That's
So
all that, right?
that you need to go through the process
That's supposed to
of creating your package.json.
Yeah, these are unnamed.
It's because you're not providing anything for it yet.
I go back and name that and add
No,
the-
no, 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 no. Just leave it like that, okay? No need to. If you want, you can start it all over again, but no. No need to provide anything, okay? Now, please share your screen so we can continue working on here. So I created the index.json, okay? And now we want to be able to import you want to be able to import Express, okay? So how do you do that? You will create a variable, let's say const, you can call it express, and then you can then require the module, require, and open, and then you can put express in there. All right. It's not necessary to put a semicolon because semicolon is not required. You can put it if you want. Right? And then you can either you then can do this. Let's say create app, so you can do const app, and that's just going to be express. And there you have done this. Okay. And then you can do app that get, and then you can put the path that you want to have, the routing, the path. You put then you can put request in the name, complete name that you want, or just put a small name. And in there, you want to do res.send, and there you will send the response. You can put hello world. 1 second here. Hello world. World, but this we are going to do it right now. This we are going to do it and remove this. Put this as a. We're going to do it. We are. Let me close it here. Sorry, I meant to just close it there and there. Semicolon. Yes, for backend. Basically, you can call it backend, or for example, it's kind of a middleware. Think about Express as a middleware. Okay? So basically, you are sending responses and handling requests. No, we are still going to be dealing with front end, you know? So it's full stack. So we're dealing with front end, and so when you did yesterday with the React, okay, you were also dealing with backend in there. We're not using just React Native. So we have in here now, if you want to make the app run, you're welcome. You do app the listen, right? And what do you listen to? You put the port number. Let's say, for example, 5,000. Any number that you guys want to put in there, 3,000 if you feel like it. And then let's make one function in here. And this function, I'm going to have, let me just put this. And this function, I'm just going to do console.log. Console.log. And in there, it's going to be saying, app listening in port 5,000. Okay, for now, save. Let me open my console. All right. So then I can just do in the bottom node index.js. And you can see the word that says app listening import. I need to put a T in there. Import 5,000. So if I go to localhost, let me go here. Localhost. And not 8,000, but 5,000. What do you think I'm going to see when I put a local host 5,000? What do you guys think I'm going to see?
Hello
Guys,
world.
yes. And there you go, your hello world.
Did you run it in the terminal yet? Or
Yes, I did. I run it in the console on the terminal for my you know how it is from the I run it in the terminal for Studio, Visual Studio. All right. And so here you see an example of routings. And this is a get method, right? Okay. You can have multiple routings as you want. Like for example, copy this, paste this, and let's say call it home, or I don't know, call it dashboard if you want. Dashboard. And then I'm going to send dashboard. Like this is the dashboard. This is the dashboard. Save. Is there questions right now? We can take a look at it. Give me 1 second, guys. So let me reload this. Let me rerun this because this is a from the middle of the save, and I'm going to. If I try doing it right now and I put dashboard right now, it's going to give me cannot get dashboard. Okay, so if you want to do that, to fix that, you can do rerun a stop and rerun again. And now when I go back and I put dashboard, it's going to say this is the dashboard. Okay. And if you guys want, you can make this port number as a const, and you can always change it anytime you want. So port and maybe 5,000, and then here I just put port, and then I can also, if I want to print the port number, I can just put $sign port. I'm going to be using the different type of quotation marks. I'm going to be using the quotation marks that are like a tilde, and save. And now if I even change this to 4,000, save, and I code this and run this again, I can see that it has changed to 4,000. And just reload this. It says right now I am doing with the 5,000, but I have just changed the port, so there is no app running on the 5,000. I changed it to the 4,000. And there you go. We have our Express app. So home, I mean just this. You can see hello world for now. Okay. I will show you now how to, after this, I will show you how to create some REST API, some files, I mean, send some JSON data to one URL, and then how to grab the JSON data from that same URL. But before that, I want to see if you guys have questions. You guys have questions?
Mine is showing error.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of debugging time. Yes, you guys, debugging time for 5 minutes. Who first? Mamadou? Can you open it so I can see the entire error that you're having? Uh-huh. 1 second. Did you import the Express? No, you did import it, but can you run again this file? Can you go ahead and run it again? Why is this JSON file kind of outside of? Okay. Can you do ls in there? Can you type in ls? All right. Can you do the node? It says that there is an error in the listen. Uh, 1 second. Let me take a look at this. 1 second. Can you scroll up a little bit to the top? Oh, already in use. It means that you are already using this port number. Use a different port. Save. Okay. So now go to localhost and type in localhost colon 5001. All right, Bali, what's your errors? Okay, no problem. Let's continue then. So you guys, so what, some examples using the creating this. Ajani, do you have a question?
Just a little bit, missing with the command prompt. Just missed a couple things.
Sorry. Do you want me to, which one? What was the question? Sorry. What was the question?
The command prompt I kind of got here, and then
Let me stop and you share the screen because I cannot understand the question that you're asking me.
sorry, no. So it's the command prompt. So like I started working on the command prompt, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah, and yeah, this is part that I kind of missed.
Yeah. You didn't do anything else from there?
Yeah, I didn't get to do it. I didn't do anything else afterwards. I kind of missed it.
So can you do a dir just to verify that you have no files in there? Press enter. Okay, you have no files in there. So do this. npm init. Press enter, 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 enter. 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 Keep entering, enter, and enter. And enter. Now do the npm install express.
Say that again.
npm
Sorry.
install no typo space express, press enter. Next, you are going to open your folders and here on
Computer
go
Studio.
ahead and go to your open the folder that you created on. Can you stop this one? Can you stop this server running? The first app running, can you stop it in the bottom?
Oh, this one?
Yes, in the bottom.
All right, let me do that.
Control C, yeah. Yes. Now go to files and go to open folder. What name did you give it? Okay. Now in there, you're going to click on yes, trust the authors. Then you're going to create a new file. In this new file, no, outside of that one. In there, click on there, create an index.js.
All of it?
Index.js.
JS. That's it.
That's it. And then type everything that I gave you. Let me share my screen so you can type it. I will give you 5 minutes. All right.
All
There you
right.
go. So this is the other way to create strings by putting a tilde. The tilde is that thing that is next to the number 1, the tilde in your keyboard. So the single tilde on that one. All right, 5 minutes. You guys catch up with that?
Miss, I have a question.
Go ahead. What's your question?
How do you do the periods on your thing over there? You
The
said
what?
the commas, the big comma over there, the at listen to the console, the log. I do the
I'm saying it already. It's the tilde that is next to the number 1 in your keyboard. It's the tilde that is next to the number 1 in your keyboard. Your keyboard, you see in the keyboard, there is a tilde,
I found the
then there is
message.
number 1, number 2, number 3, etc., etc. Do you see it? The tilde? Okay. I'll go ahead and mute myself, give you 5 minutes to catch up. We'll be right back, okay? Let's do a little bit of an example of a REST API. Let's go and think about books, right? Let's have 2 books or 3 books so far. And we want to lay that information in our REST API. So this, for example, in here, app dot get and what I want to do is I want to go here and then I'll call it books, okay? And then my request Oh, oh, well, request, res, and request, or open, oh, wow. Open method, lambda method. And I'm going to go ahead and create just a dummy JSON thing, just dummy JSON. And I'm going to put maybe here, just let books just be the books, my favorite books, be as follow. So for example, maybe title can have a different way, you know, title and what name? What names? Favorite books. Title, piece and word. Maybe I want to have those books, and let's just have as this for now. And then I want to just do, for now I don't have anything else to put in there. I'm going to have it just like this. Then I'm going to have rest that JSON. And then what I'm going to put is fake books. I can put it like this, save. And now when I go to books, let me reload this, give me 1 second. And when I go to books,
And how do you reload it like that?
guys, I cannot hear you. Something in your something, you can see it in here that you see peace and word. I cannot hear you. Can you write it on the chat, because I cannot hear it. It's like echoing in your microphone for you. Can you say that again in your chat? The microphone. So you can see that we have title, we have books. Oh, I just for reloading, or what I did was I stopped my app from running, and then I'm starting the app run. I'm making the app to run again. Okay. So I stop from running and I make it run again.
How do you stop it?
Control C, just like we got the road, and then Control C. Or Command C, depending on your. All right, so you see here that we have a JSON object, February books, and that when I go to this resource, I see it. Okay, the favorite books, you can see it, right? It's in the JSON in there. Title, piece, and word. Oh, I didn't mean to say word. I wanted to say word. Come on, guys. You don't correct me, because this is a famous book, I think, called Peace and War. Yeah, it happens. But if I go again, and it reload here, I still have Peace and War, because I need to actually just reload it here by starting this again. And then when I go to the books again, I can see peace and war. Okay. So now that I see this, right? What if I want to just grab if I want to go ahead and grab now anybody that has access to your browser, that has access to your URL, anybody will be able to access the information that's your REST API in there. One of the part, not the posting one, but if you guys want to post to that REST API is to like add more books to it, you go ahead and add it. Okay. So earlier, you guys saw that earlier you guys saw that there is a, what can I say? Earlier you guys saw that there is a way for us to grab parse data from the body. So what if we want to have people to enter their favorite books and we want to store those favorite books and add it to our arrays while our app is running? So let's say we can have not an empty array, but maybe we can have multiple, one element in there. Let's do this and let's go ahead and be able to get a body parser. So in order for us, we first will have to install body parser when you want to deal with the post data. So we go back to here. Notice that we didn't change. We're still in the Node Express.js, and you can do npm install and then --save is up to you. And you put in there body parser, but body -parser. And voila, you are installing the body parser in your computer. All right.
And what does that do?
Huh?
What does that do?
So we're going to be able to grab data from the body, from the front end body when you send the response. So we continue, right?
Professor, I'm
Mhm.
nothing's popping up when I like save the node and everything here. Like when you make, is something supposed to pop up when you save the code on index.js or?
Can you share with me and what error are you having? Okay. It says that your app is running in port 5000. So if you go to the port localhost column, port 5000, you go to your browser. Any browser that you have. Put there localhost. And you put 5000. And if you want to go to the books, you can put /books. Or is it book? I don't remember what you put in there. Books. books with the S. You can see title, piece, and word. Understood?
Understood. Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay. So sorry, guys. Let's continue working on this. And what is time?
7:50.
7:50. Okay. Good. We're on time. So we have this list favorite books be favorites books and etc. But we don't want to just do it like that. We want to have an array for books. Maybe we are going to call it favorite books on the top. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the top, and I'm going to create an array. And not just like that, I'm going to have not an empty array.
Professor, you're not sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing my screen. Thank you for telling me. Right. So here I moved out the let's favorite books. I'm going to make it into an array, just like this, with my piece of word being in there. Save. Pop, I create an array of JSON objects. Right now it has one JSON object. So if I rerun this, I stop and I run this. And I go back to books. I will see that the index 0, my first book, is a piece of work, but I want to have more than just that, more than just one book. Maybe I want to also interact with other people. So there are different ways to do this. First, let's create an HTML file, okay? And we can call it index.html. It's up to you, however you want to call it, HTML, okay? In the index.html, you can always start it however you want to start it. Anything that you want, you can put dog type. 1 second. You can put a dog type, anything that you guys want to do. So I created it just there on top of my index.js. I'm hungry right now, so I might let you go early today. So dog type HTML and HTML. I don't care about my header. Okay, so I'm just going to put head. I don't care about it right now. I just care about my body right here. Okay. And inside my body, I will create one form. How do you create forms in HTML? You put the word form, okay? And that's how you create a form, all right? And in the form, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. You can have in there, you can name it any names. Let's name it and let's give it an ID. Let's say this ID is of called book form, okay? Book form. And my and the method, you need to provide a method, is going to be post, okay? In there, you're going to put the address for that method. So, for example, in here, first, I'm going to create, let's say, for example, a label. But before that, I'm just going to put an int. What is it that we have? We just have something for title. So I'm going to put div. I don't need to have it, but I'm just going to put input. And before the input, I'm going to have a label. So label, open label, and I'm going to put for the ID, whichever ID I'm going to select, or I'm going to do of whatever name I'm going to select. This is going to be for title. Title. Okay. And and I'm going to put in here label title A. Yeah. I don't want to put title, I want to put the word title. Title. Okay, my HTML. Now I want to go ahead and put input and then the ID for that input. ID and the ID for that input will be title. Okay. And it is going to be using the text box because that's the default text box in here. And if I want, I can also use a name for title and close that. Then we have a submit. So I'm going to put either a button or I can either put another submit button, an input called type submit. But I'm going to put just a button, and this is going to be type submit. Okay, and outside I'm going to put in there submit. Okay, so we have this so far. We have a form, all right. And this is important. I'm going to put in here just the file itself, the name of the file, and I'm going to put in there the script, and inside there the source src, and then I'm going to put index.js. Save. And now we can work on the form, okay? But how do you do it? We need to select a type, okay? We need to select in the action. So you need to put action. Action. In the action, you need to provide the link to it. So right now, we are going to set it to books for now. Book. Or you can even, for now, I'm going to do it outside of the app. I'm just going to do it just like a regular client base, and just so I can show you how to do that one. So I'm going to copy this for now, and I'm going to call it books, but this is going to be for my post method. Okay, I'm going to take away this part of it because I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens when you have this. And like it's like not based on, but not based on the link. It's based on the link that we have for the local host, but not based on the app. So I'm not including in the app. Think about the index that HTML like something separate from the Express app. Then later on I'll show you how to do it from inside. But imagine it's from outside, okay? And we are going to be making a request to REST. We're going to be making a request when we click on submit. Okay. So now it's time for us to deal with our post request. Okay. So we go to our index.js. Okay. And then we're going to go to app that post. Oh, did I? Okay. I also have to do wait in there, okay? I also have to do the body parser. You will have to wait. Let's finish this up and then we're going to include the body parser. Okay? So here we have in here. And where are we? And where am I? Here. The post is going to go to books. Books. Okay. And I pass in the request, rec, and rest. And I'm going to open and then open curly brackets and open curly brackets. And inside there, I want to do get a book from the user, which they are going to enter, right? And then I'm going to call a book. And instead I'm going to call it add books. Add book, okay? I'm going to call it add book. I have changed it to this. I'm going to put in here as instead of books, I'm going to call it add book, okay? Add book. Save it here. And then in here, I'm going to do this book. And then I'm going to do, then I'm going to do rec that body. Okay. And under here, I'm going to put favorite books that push. And I'm going to push that book in there. And then I'm going to send a message that says rest that send to say the book has been added. Book in your book has been added. Okay. So right now we are not done with this. And right now this is going to have an error because we still have to set up and import the body parser, because if we don't have the body parser yet, we won't be able to handle this. But if I click on here and I go to the browser and I'm going to go to my HTML and I put a name in here, and I'm going to put it just inspect, and I'm going to put a name in here. I'm going to console. I'm going to put a name in here and put a name for a book. One of the books could be Odyssey. I don't know if it is how you type it, and then I put here. And here I have an error right now. It says the page setting block the loading of. Okay, this has nothing to do with this. Okay, let me go to this one. And here it says that the ad book has not been added. That's because I need to first stop this and then reload it because of the new method that I added. Now I go back, reload, ad book, 1 second. I go to my page and then I go ad book. Notice in here that now I have a message that says your book has been added. Okay, so now when I go to books, I see something that says no. Why? It has been added, but it has not been parsed correctly from outside. That means that we need to parse. We need to have the body parser. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the body parser, the body parser in there. Okay, so we are going to go by creating a const called body parser. You can call it any name you want. You can call it body parser. And we have to import it by using required. So required. And then we have in here body parser. We save, but then we want to set up our body parser. We have multiple ways of doing things. One of the ways is by adding it to the to there. So you put app the use, and you want to use body parser .json, and this is not yet in, it's not yet ready because you still need to add one more thing in here. But before I add it, I want to give you some update on how things are going. So I stop my server, run my server, go to here to go to the page that I was, and I'm going to click on submit. It's going to say your book has been added, and if I go to here, books, I see something empty in there. Okay, and that's not what I want. I don't want just an empty value. Okay, so we still have to do something. For example, we want to do app that use and then we want to set the encoded URL encoded body parser. So body parser that URL encoded, and we want to make it extended false. Save. Stop this one. Run this one. So right now, if you want to, before we do anything, I want to be able to consult the log to make sure that I have that I get something from there. Console the log, and I'm going to do book. Save. And let's see what's going on there. So let's see what is it that we get when we run this. So we go back. I'm going to go here. There is nothing because I reloaded the right now there is nothing because I reloaded I restarted the server. And then I go here and I go to my HTML and I click on here. And I go inside my code in here. And I see that I receive a value in there. Title Odyssey. And now, when I go into my books and I reload this, I can see Odyssey. All right? And there you go, your REST API. You can add more, and this REST API. Notice that I'm using this page that is not running on my app, but outside, just like outside. And I can add any other books that I want. For example, any book. Let me think about a book that I am thinking about right now. What is the book? Some books, reading books. So,
Frankenstein.
which one?
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein? Did you say Frankenstein as a
Yeah.
book? Okay. I think Frankenstein, you write it like this. I don't know. I don't remember. So here, your book has been added. So if I go to add books, if I go to books, I can see Frankenstein. All right?
It doesn't like the route doesn't work for me. And I have everything exact, but it says I'm missing
Mm.
something.
So let me take a look at what you have so far.
Can I just see your code?
Yes. Here. This is the code for the index.js. Maybe I can put it here. This is the code. Let me just put it this part. Okay, look at this is maybe put it this in the other part on the other side. So this is the code for the index.js. Maybe make it small a little bit. Let me take away the dashboard because we don't need it right now. Okay. So you can see the entire code. Okay. 1 second. And yeah. So there you go. This is the HTML. Let me make it in the bottom. Actually, 1 second.
Do I have to install in the terminal the body parser first?
Sorry, I couldn't understand it because like something happens with the audio. Can you
No,
tell me?
the body parser. Was I supposed to type it in the terminal?
Yes, you were supposed to install it. You were supposed to install the body parser.
Okay. Just one command, right? I save body parser.
npm
Oh,
install save body parser.
no I.
I is just a shortcut for install.
Oh. With the dashes, right?
Yeah, just to save it, and into the package station. One at a time, guys. One at a time. Let me put it in 2 lines so you don't miss anything. So this is part of the first one. And this one is the part, this one here. That's everything in there. Okay. Yes? All right.
I just get the route, it's not working. It says localhost not found.
I will stop sharing. You can share yours. Share. Because you have to stop your server in the bottom. Stop it and restart it. And do you have it in there? Add book? Yeah. Okay, yeah. That one is for the get. You don't go to the add book. Open the browser, open index.html in the browser. So go, so you see that one? Open it in the browser. Nah, okay? And there you can type in. You can open is this, what type of browser do you have? This is Mozilla. Can you open the thing? The error. It says fake books is not defined. You're missing creating you see this one? Wait, hold on. You see line 14. Line 14. You take it outside. Code it. Cut. Line 14. Cut. Just the line 14. Entirely. Cut entirely. Cut. Go to line 4 or go to line 6. Either way. Paste it. Make it a square. So make it an array. So put square brackets. Open the square brackets and close the square brackets. Do not erase those. Open the square brackets and close the square brackets. Yes. Save. Stop and run. I mean, stop the server right now and run. And now go to the file in there and type in the name of your thing. And now you can go to books. And you can see them. You see? OTP Rex. Okay. Good. Next. 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 Nobody else? Okay. Hold on a second in there. Are you getting any errors?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Who is the person who is sharing? Ah, Mamadou. What errors are you getting?
Model not found.
For which
The
one?
stuck.
It seems that you didn't install. Yeah. Line 2, you have body instead of body. But the O should be O, body, for the body parts. No
Oh.
body. or no body. So it should be body parts with the O. Body part. Also fix that in line 6 and line 7. Save. Make sure that you install it. Did you install it in the console?
I did.
Can you show me where you were installing it?
Okay. Dale.
So you did it with the correct spelling. Okay, just making sure. Now you can go ahead and run your app, your Express app, your Node.js app. $5,000, but then if you want to 5,000 localhost 5,000. Is it 5,000 or 5,001? Wait, 5,001. 5,001.
No, 5,000. I changed it.
You changed it?
Yep.
Uh,
It's right here.
No, it's 5,000. 1 second. It's 5,001. Scroll down.
I take it off.
No, scroll down. Scroll down to the bottom. Here, you see in line 24, you have 4,001 instead of port. So if you want to
okay.
be using the 5,000, you have to use the 5,001. And remember that your 5,000, just put port in there. And your 5,000 is already occupied, so you cannot use 5,000. So you have to use a different port number. So you change that port number to different number that is now 5,000. Okay, save. And then you stop that and run that.
So,
Right? Go to your necessary things. 5,002 instead of 5,001. Just change this to 5,002. And now you can go to /books. And now, if you want to add books, open the file, the HTML file in there from the folder. The one. Open it and enter the book that you want.
thank
Any
you.
books. You're welcome. Pali, go ahead and share your screen, Pali. Invite you back. You joined through the link. I can accept you back, yes. Okay, guys. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second.